Okay. So this afternoon, we are going to discuss the respiratory system. No? Just a reminder, this is one of the 5 systems that will be covered under finals. Namely, you have your blood, gastro, respi. We'll also be talking about the reproductive system and as well as the urinary system. Then we have our finals exam. Okay. So when we talk about the respiratory system, this is that portion of the body that is responsible for delivering oxygen into the body and taking out the toxic carbon dioxide from the body out of the body. Okay, so what we need is actually oxygen, and what we do not need to accumulate is your carbon dioxide. Take note, class, the keyword there is we do not need to accumulate. Why? Because we actually need carbon dioxide in the sense that without carbon dioxide, no person will have to breathe. Why? Because carbon dioxide has been regarded as the stimulus for breathing. Remember, ang carbon dioxide, class, is that level, a certain level of carbon dioxide in the body will trigger the person to breathe. Okay? Without it, there is no breathing. Because you have to remember nga ang respiratory system, specifically the breathing process, it is actually autonomic in function. No, it is involuntary in function. You do not tell yourself to, oy, inhale, oy, exhale, oy, inhale, oy, exhale. Even if you're sleeping, you are breathing. Because this is actually controlled by the autonomic nervous system. But a question might arise is, kano sa man day mo breathe in ang usa ka tawo, kano sa mo ginhawa? So mo ginhawa ang usa ka tawo the moment that there is a high level of carbon dioxide in the body. So it is safe to say that a person breathes because because carbon dioxide has reached a certain level to stimulate a person to breathe. Okay? And as early as now, I want you to know that a person or a baby upon birth, is stimulated to breathe because of the accumulation of the level of carbon dioxide. Okay? Nganong mo ginhawa man ang baby for the very first time. Remember, a baby inside the mother's womb is not breathing, while there may be some breathing movements, but he is not breathing. So kanus aman day na muhilak for the very first time. Kanus aman day na mo ginhawa for the very first time ang bata. It happens the moment you clamp or you cut the cord. Because when you clamp and you cut the cord, then the placenta cannot deliver the oxygen to the baby. And in the same manner, the carbon dioxide from the baby cannot be returned to the placenta. So dili na mahatdan og oxygen, di pa gyud mabawasan ang carbon dioxide sa bata. Kay imo man gi-clamp or gi-cut ang imuhang cord. So as a result, there is an accumulation of carbon dioxide. Remember, class, if this is your placenta, for example, okay? The placenta through the umbilical vein. So remember that, ito ang fetal circulation. From the placenta, oxygen is carried towards the baby. Okay? And from the baby, we remove carbon dioxide back to the placenta. Okay? Diba, ana man na siya og flow. But what if ato na siyang ikat? Ato na siyang i-clamp or ato na siyang ikat? Meaning to say, si oxygen dili makasulod. Meaning to say, si carbon dioxide dili makagawas. As a result, there is now an accumulation of carbon dioxide, which becomes the stimulus for the baby to have his very first breath. Okay, so the baby will have to breathe for the very first time. Okay, so what stimulates the baby to breathe for the very first time? The moment we cut and the moment we clamp the cord, causing an accumulation of carbon dioxide. Unsa may point nimo diha, sir? I just would like to emphasize, class, that what stimulates a person to breathe is the levels of your carbon dioxide. Okay? So what are the different organs of the respiratory system? So you start with the nose. Okay? From the nose, you go to the pharynx. And remember, class, your pharynx have 3 divisions. You have your nasopharynx from the nose, luyo sa nose. Okay? Pharynx, class, in layman's term refers to the throat. And the throat starts from the point of the nose going to the point of the voice box. So from the nose to the voice box. voice box, otherwise called as your larynx. Okay? So gikan sa nasopharynx towards the oropharynx, then towards the laryngopharynx. So tulo. Okay? So ang nose, you have the nasopharynx. From the mouth, you have the oropharynx. And immediately preceding the larynx is your laryngopharynx. So these are the three divisions of the pharynx through which the air enters. But sometimes, class, people might breathe in through the mouth. Okay? Gipislango baron, no? Okay. Or pingot baron ang ilong. So we breathe by mouth. So if by mouth, then air enters the mouth, then does it go to the nasopharynx? No. So from the mouth, you go to the oropharynx diretso. Pero kung from the nose, you first pass through the nasopharynx. Okay? Then you go to the laryngopharynx, then you go to the larynx, or called as your voice box. Then you have your trachea. Then from the trachea, it branches out. So kung mauna siyang imong trachea, it branches out into two. Okay? The right and the left, no? The right and the left bronchus or bronchi. Bronchi plural, bronchus singular. So you have the right bronchus, left bronchus, or the right and the left bronchi. Then it further branches out into smaller branches. These are now what we call as the bronchioles. And the bronchioles end with your alveoli. So daghan kag mga alveoli din ha, no? Alveoli is plural, alveolus is singular. So alveoli, or otherwise known as your air sacs, this is where your gas exchange actually happens. Okay? So remember that the blood, specifically ang imuhang hemoglobin inside the red blood cell, because of their affinity to oxygen, this blood rich in oxygen will be brought into the alveolar levels where gas exchange happens by way of diffusion. Okay? So sulod sa imuhang alveoli, class, dunay gas exchange mahitabo din ha. Okay? Where if taas ang carbon dioxide sulod sa alveoli, then the carbon dioxide will go to the blood. If ang imuhang blood is daghan og oxygen, then this oxygen will move towards the alveoli. Mag-swap sila. Because diffusion, class, is the movement of a molecule from an area of greater concentration to an area of lesser concentration. Kung sulod sa imuhang lungs, daghan kag carbon dioxide, di mo move siya towards the blood. Kung ang imong blood daghan og oxygen, di mo move siya towards the alveoli, and exchange. So gas exchange happens at the level of the alveoli. Okay? So what are the different functions of the respiratory system? Okay? Depende na siya, class. Because our respiratory system, no, in general, it is responsible for gas exchange. But to be very specific with that, our respiratory system could either be upper or lower. Okay? So the upper respiratory system, this include the passageways gikan sa imuhang nose, from the nose going to the larynx. These are your upper respiratory tract. Nose, pharynx, larynx. Tulo, imuhang nose, pharynx, and larynx, these are upper respiratory tract areas. So kung naakay sip-on, naakay pharyngitis or laryngitis, any infection during dapita, makakita kas imong medical certificate, URTI, meaning upper respiratory tract infection. Okay? The upper respiratory tract, specifically tulo, no? You have the nose, the pharynx, and the larynx. They are responsible for conducting. They are responsible for transporting air to the lungs, no? So we classify them, class, as conductors. Okay? It is responsible for conducting air and also for conditioning the air. Meaning to say, pag sulod sa air, padulong sa lungs, it is already warm, it is already moist, it is already filtered from particles, and the bacteria that might be present there may already have been killed by your immunoglobulin A or by some phagocytic activity of the enzymes present in these areas. Gikan sa nose, padulong sa alveoli, class, na siya yung mga enzymes. And these enzymes will have to ensure that any bacteria that goes with the air will have to be killed. Okay? So unsa to'y buhat sa imong upper respiratory tract? It is responsible for conducting, responsible also for conditioning. When you say conditioning of the air, it makes the air warm, it makes the air moist, it makes the air free from solid particles, and it makes the air free from any bacteria. How is the bacteria killed? Either by phagocytic activity by the enzymes or by the immunoglobulin function. Other name for immunoglobulin class, antibodies. So there are antibodies that will have to kill these bacteria. Okay? Mao na function sa upper respiratory tract. How about the lower respiratory tract? What does it do? The lower respiratory tract, that is where the gas exchange actually happens, no? That is it is responsible for the movement of carbon dioxide and your oxygen. More specifically, it happens starting from the trachea to the bronchus, then to the alveoli levels. Okay? So, unsay upper respiratory tract? Nose, pharynx, larynx. Ang lower respiratory tract, you have your trachea, bronchus, bronchioles, and then your alveoli. Okay? So, talking about the nose, what does the nose do? So, dinha initially class, nahitabo ang atuang conditioning of the air. So, that's why you would notice na ay buhok ang ilong. Ang purpose, ana class, is to filter any solid particles that may enter into the nose. And any solid particle there will have to be clamp, murag mag-glue, murag magpilit, o mahimo na na siyang kugmo. That's because of your enzymes. And the nostrils class is divided into right and left. The same with your heart. Remember, the heart is divided into right and left by the septum. In the same manner, your nose is divided into right and left because of the nasal septum as well. So kanang nagtunga sa ilong into right and left, you call that as your nasal septum. And also your nostrils class, they have in there your olfactory receptors. Sa kaninang olfactory receptors for the sense of smell. Okay? Then you have your pharynx. So unsa man ang pharynx? So remember class, you have the nasopharynx, the oropharynx, and your laryngopharynx. The three divisions of your pharynx. Say plural sa pharynx. Three divisions of the pharynx. O sara man say pharynx na to. So the three divisions of the pharynx, and they are literally called as your throat. Okay? Then after the pharynx, you have your larynx. Other name for larynx is called as your voice box. And ang function ana class is that it is an important area where speech is formed because it allows no vibration of air in order to create a sound. And your larynx is in close proximity to the epiglottis. Okay? Remember, unsa to'y buhaton sa ato ang voice box or larynx, it moves forward so that it adheres to the epiglottis para makover siya every time we swallow. So in a resting phase, anything that enters the mouth or the nose proceeds to the trachea because the larynx is not covered yet by the epiglottis. But every time we swallow, we feel our neck moving because it actually represents the movement of the pharynx forward to adhere to the epiglottis so that the food as it enters does not proceed to the trachea. Rather, it proceeds to the esophagus. Okay? Then you also have your bronchi. The main bronchi or the bronchus is divided into right and left. As you would notice class, kung imo na siyang i-compare, asa ang mas wider, asa ang mas shorter, asa ang mas straighter, it is actually the right. Okay? So the right bronchus is wider and shorter. Meaning to say class, ang infection of the lungs is most commonly affecting the right portion of the lungs because of the wide bronchus. Mas dali magian og kagaw. Mas dali magian og kagaw kay mubo pag yun siya. So it is wider and shorter. So this explains class that our respiratory infection commonly affects the right side of the heart compared to that of the left. Okay? And then the left lung, they have two lobes, and the right lung has 3 lobes. Okay, and after the bronchi, you have your smaller branches, which are the bronchioles, and then eventually you have your alveoli, which again, you should remember, is that portion of the pulmonary system where gas exchange happen. So what are the different functions or events in the respiratory system? So when we talk about respiratory system class, there are 4 events to remember. Number 1 is your pulmonary ventilation. Number 2 is your external respiration. Number 3 is your respiratory gas transport. And number 4 is your internal respiration. Okay. So of the 4 different events, you start with the pulmonary ventilation. This refers to the movement of the air in and out of the lungs. So in layman's term, mo na itong gitawag og breathing. You breathe in, you breathe out. So the act of breathing, you call that your pulmonary ventilation. Then you proceed with external respiration. In external respiration, this is that point in time where the actual gas exchange at the level of the alveoli happens. Okay? So in external respiration, this is the point of time where the actual gas exchange between the blood and the alveoli happens. After there is a gas exchange, meaning to say, ang oxygen isulod sa alveoli, ang gikan sa alveoli, ang carbon dioxide niya ibalik dito sa dugo. Okay? From then on, gikan sa imuhang alveoli, katong oxygen in the alveoli, they will now have to be transported by the blood, specifically by the hemoglobin. This portion now, class, is what we call as the respiratory gas transport. So una, ginhawa ka, breathing. Pagsulod anang breathing, naanatay external respiration, where the gas exchange happens at the level of the alveoli. After nga nakakuha og oxygen ang alveoli, dadon na dito sa capillaries. Then from the capillaries, it will be brought to the arteries. Okay? From the arteries, iyahaday na siyang i-transport, and that act of transport is what we call as the respiratory gas transport. Specifically, ang hemoglobin ana, and then dadon dayon na siya dito sa mga tissues. We call that the internal respiration, where this is now the process where our cells utilize the oxygen. Remember, our cells utilize the oxygen together with glucose in order to produce energy in the form of ATP. And this specifically happens, remember topic number 1, at the mitochondria. No? And this process is what we call metabolism. Okay? So remember your 4 events: pulmonary ventilation, external respiration, respiratory gas transport, and then internal respiration. Now, there are 2 mechanisms of breathing. Okay, and you know this: inhale, exhale, inspiration, and expiration. During inspiration, this is where the air goes into the lungs, inflow. Exhalation is where the air goes out of the lungs. We call it as expiration. Now, kung naatay mga kaila class nga with hubak, anang mga hubakon, you would notice nga kung naa sila'y hubak, saba ang ilang ginhawa. We call that as wheezing. Okay? Mura og naay Twitter ang ilahang ilong, no? Iniginhawa nila. Okay? Langas kaayo ang ilang ginhawa. So inhale sila, exhale, inhale, magana man na sila sound effects sa ilahang exhalation. You hear the sound class specifically during expiration. Pag exhale nila, di mo siya madungog. Ano man? During asthma, there is inflammation. Kanang inflammation, kung sa samad pa, nagnana. Kung sa sulod sa lawas, nagtubig, nagbasa. No? Inflammation. So, ang mahitabo, ana class, na ay plema, na ay, daghan kay kaog mga plema, increased production of mucus if there is inflammation. So, naabaron kay na nasimhutan nga allergic ka, or nasudlan baron ka og kanang balhibo sa iring, no? Or pollen baron niadto sa imong ilong, or any triggering factor or even stress can trigger an asthmatic attack. So kung nagani kay asthma, there is an inflammatory process happening in the lungs. Okay. I want you to understand, class, that if this is, for example, the trachea, then you have your bronchus. Okay. During asthmatic attacks, class, there would be several mucus formations, no? And they adhere to the walls of your respiratory system. Kana siya, class, mga plema na siya, class, during asthma. Okay? However, class, sa mechanism of breathing, di ba natay duha? Inhale, exhale. The moment you inhale, class, our passageways of the airways, they actually expand. Okay? So, ma-feel man na ninyo, inhale, inhale. Ang atong lungs mo, dako po siya. I-exhale mo, gamay po siya. Inhale, exhale. So, during inhalation, mubuka ng imuhang airways. Okay? When we talk about airways, this refers to the trachea, to the bronchus, bronchioles, alveolus. So, mubuka na siya, class, inig-inhale nimo. So, bisan pa, say for example, na siya yung mga plema din ha, inig-inhale nimo, bisan pag na-plema, easily makasulod ra ang hangin. Makaginhawa ra ka. So kung naihubak, inhale, exhale, dinha na mo gawas ang tingog, inig-exhale. Nga naman, remember pag inhale mo buka, pero inig-exhale anak, class, mubalik man na siya og contract, mukipot, inhale, exhale. So inigkipot ana niya ang mahitabo, then mao na muhuot na ning imuhang passageways. So inig-agi sa hangin, inigawas sa hangin ana, class, mao na nga since it passes through a narrow passageway, then mao nang naay mga sounds or wheezing nga atong madungog. That's why kung naaga ni asthma, duha gid na siya ka klase sa tambal ihatag nimo. Number 1 is salbutamol. Unsa man na siyang salbutamol? It's a bronchodilator. From the word itself, it dilates the bronchus. Okay, so kani siya diri mubuka. Since napuno man kag plema, atong pabukahon. So mao nang tagaan mo Ventolin, no? Either nebulization or tablet. The Ventolin there is a bronchodilator. It dilates the bronchus. And number 2, hatagan pud ka og steroids. Okay? Okay, kanang puff ninyo. Okay, or Combivent. Ang Combivent, class, is a combination of salbutamol and steroid. Mao nang Combivent, combination of Ventolin and ipratropium, which is a steroid. Okay, para unsa man na siyang steroid. Remember this, class, and do not forget this wherever you may go. Basta gani steroid, class, anti-inflammatory na siya, class, because it depresses your immune system. It reduces inflammatory reaction because it stops the action of the immune system. Mo na kung nag-steroid ka, prone pud ka to infection. Okay? Kay it weakens your immune system man. So as it weakens your immune system, then it weakens also the inflammatory response. Di ba ang immune system is responsible for inflammatory response because an inflammatory response is actually our body's way of fighting against infection. So to reduce the inflammatory response, mo nahatagan nato siya steroid. But we can only do that, we can only make that possible if we weaken the immune system. So mo ning duha katambal atong ihatag. Okay, in cases of patient with asthma. What I want you to understand, class, is during inhalation, mubuka, exhalation, mo decline pud na siya. Okay? And last portion of the discussion, class, is about respiratory volume and capacities. When we talk about respiratory volume and capacities, we actually use a spirometer. Okay? Spirometer ang tawag ana, class, wherein mutayhop ka ana, mura siyang flute, unya na siya yung mga bola. Okay? So patayhopon ka sa maximum ni mga matayhop, makita to asa to kutob ang bola. And there we would be able to identify your different respiratory volumes and capacities. What are the different respiratory volumes and capacities? You have your tidal volume. The tidal volume refers to that amount of air that a person can breathe in and the amount of air that a person can breathe out. Okay? So everyone do this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. That portion of your exhalation, class, the amount of air that you actually exhaled is 500 ml. It represents the amount of air nga imong gi-exhale. And in the same manner, 500 ml po tong amount of air nga imong gi-inhale. So mo inhale ka, 500 ml. Mo exhale ka, 500 ml sad pod to siya. Okay? So tidal volume, this happens during normal, quiet breathing. And this is around 500 ml of air that moves in and out of the lungs during inspiration and as well as during expiration. Number 2, you have your inspiratory reserve volume, and number 3, your expiratory reserve volume. The inspiratory reserve volume is around 3,100 ml, while your expiratory volume is 1,200 ml. What does it mean? Unsa man na siyang inspiratory reserve, unsa man na siyang expiratory reserve volume. The inspiratory reserve volume is the amount of air that you can breathe in after normal breathing in. I hope you get that, no? The amount of air that you can still breathe in after you have normally breathed in. Okay? Example, inhale, exhale, inhale, stop, inhale pa yun. The maximum amount of air that you can inhale after ka ni normally inhale, that is your inspiratory reserve volume. Ang kaya pa nimong ma-inhale, that's 3,100 ml. Pero kung inhale, exhale, exhale pag yun, ang pinaka maximum nga imong ma-exhale after naka ni exhale is your expiratory reserve volume, which is around 1,200 ml. Okay? Next class is your residual volume. What is a residual volume? This is the amount of air that remains in the lungs even after you have already made your expiratory reserve volume activity. Okay? So, niginhawa ka, inhale, exhale, stop, exhale pag yun. Do you think nahurot ang hangin sulod sa imuhang lungs? Wala. Naay nahabilin even after a forceful expiration. And we call that class as your residual volume. Ang hangin nga nahabilin. The same po na siya, 1,200 ml po ng imong residual volume. Okay? So, this is the amount of air that is remaining even after you have forcefully expired. Okay? In fact, you cannot exhale this voluntarily. So kung exhale na ka forcefully, naagi hapoy mahabilin din na nga, di na jud di mo siya kayang ibulhot pa. That is a residual volume. Then you also have your vital capacity. So ang vital capacity class is the tidal volume plus your inspiratory reserve volume plus your expiratory reserve volume. Ang total ana niya class, that's around 4,800 ml in males and 3,100 ml in females, no? Mao nang imuhang vital capacity. Ang literally class vital capacity is the amount of exchangeable air. Ang kaya nimong maginhawa, mas iginhawa, kaya nimong exhale, plus ang mas ma-exhale, i-total na nimo class, that will result in vital capacity. And you also have your dead space volume. Unsa man na siyang dead space volume? This is around 150 ml. This refers to the amount of air that remains in the conducting zones. It never reaches the alveoli. So, di ba, upper respiratory tract, lower respiratory tract. Ang upper respiratory tract is the nose, pharynx, larynx. Ang lower respiratory tract is your trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, alveoli. Kaning air nga nahabilin diri, the residual air actually, or the residual volume at the level of the trachea, bronchi, and bronchioles is around 150 ml. So this remaining air at these three areas are what we call as your dead space volume. Okay? So that ends our discussion on respiratory system.